missing for long stretches and then showing up unannounced as though she'd gone to the gym for an hour. But Hester still worried about her friend, and the kid thing upped the stakes, to say the least. She didn't have kids of her own, and that was by choice. She called to Waffles. As usual, the Basset had found something far too fragrant to bother coming. "I should see what she got into," she said to Prachi. "I'll catch you tomorrow." At the house, Hester heard Kate say, "No," her not-so-new favorite word, and she opened the door in time to see a plastic bowl of Cheerios skid across the kitchen floor. Morgan was on the phone, his red morning hair still sticking straight up. He was handsome in a kind way, with freckles that merged into each other and green eyes that matched his sister's. He went to the gym, but without conviction. He mouthed please as he handed over a piping hot bowl of oatmeal. Ever since Kate had moved into the house, Morgan had proven himself to be hapless at child care. He gave Kate orange soda for breakfast and let her run wild in the park while he yammered on his cell phone. And whenever Hester tried to bring up Daphne, to talk about what was happening to them, he acted like leaving a 3-year-old alone in an apartment while you skipped town was normal behavior for a parent. But then Morgan and Daphne always watched out for each other, no matter what the behavior. They were twins in every way. Hester let the leash drop so that Waffles could do the majority of the cereal cleanup, and then lifted Kate from her high chair while the kids shouted, "Kate, hey, Cheerios!" even though some days she ate only Cheerios. Hester chased her through the living room, around the dining table, into Morgan's office, up the stairs, through each of their bedrooms, and down the stairs, till she finally caught Kate, lifted her up, tickled her, strapped her into the chair, and poured another bowl of cereal, which Kate ate like she hadn't been fed in a week. "Never," Hester said, as she mussed Kate's curly hair. "I will never understand the logic of being 3 years old. Not in 1,000,000 years." "Not in 1,000,000 years," Kate aped. Morgan hung up the phone. That was the emergency animal hospital in Porter Square. Though Morgan had his own veterinary practice, once Kate had moved in with them, and her preschool bills had begun showing up, he'd started taking spare shifts whenever he could. They need someone last minute. Hester smiled at Kate and then waved Morgan to the other side of the apartment. "Are you shitting me?" she whispered. Morgan smiled in a way that usually got him what he wanted, but all Hester could see was a spot of fury that had taken the place of the day on her own. "Sorry, missus," he said. A part of her understood, the part that knew they needed the money, but most of her wanted to scream. Plus, she hated it when he called her Mrs. "You owe me," she said. "Big time." Morgan kissed her cheek, put his coat on, and whistled for Waffles to come with him. Soon Hester heard him back his truck out of the driveway. "You're stuck with me today, kid," she said, though now Kate was only interested in her stuffed monkey, Monkey, dancing the toy across her lap and saying, "Monkey 140 silly pants eating bananas," which sounded like, "Mocha 140 sassy pints tang bananas." Hester couldn't believe she understood anything the kid said. It was a secret language that only she, Kate, and Monkey spoke. In truth, Hester couldn't believe any of this was happening, but it was. She sat at the counter and tapped a finger on the granite. The long, unstructured day stretched in front of her. One of the mothers at daycare had asked to schedule a play date only yesterday, and Hester had answered evasively, still unable to commit, still wondering whether Daphne would stroll through the door at any moment, expecting things to go back to normal. What was normal, anyway? She pulled up the Brattle Theater schedule on her phone and wondered momentarily if Kate could sit through Night of the Living Dead without getting too scared. She really was a shit parent. Her phone rang. She didn't recognize the number with a New Hampshire area code, but picked up anyway. "I heard that you find people," a woman said. "That you'd..."